Here are some good one-liners to spice up your vicious mockery. Your character's so stupid it starved a mind flayer. Your character's so fat we use a grapefruit for its miniature. Your character's so easy I can roll a nat 1 on a seduction and still score. Your character's so fat it wears a bag of holding as a moo-moo. Wow, that was dumb. I've heard a better intellectual conversation out of a gibbering mouther. Your character both spells and smells like a barbarian. No, don't tell me. I already know charisma's your dump stat. Go ahead and throw down some of your best insults to add to the thread. Here's some good one-liners to improve your vicious mockery. I can tell by your appearance that your character's dump stat is intelligence. Your character's so ugly that when it jumps in the bath, the water has to make a constitution saving throw. Your character's so ugly I don't know whether to cast Charm Person or Tame Beast. Your character's so weak its challenge rating is in the negatives. Your character is so haggard it looks like it builds its weapons from IKEA. Your character's so weak it punches like a halfling. No, I'm not suffering from Tasha's hideous laughter. Your character's just that goofy looking. Alright, add some more in the comments below. Here's more good one-liners to spice up your vicious mockery. Oh, you're a Dragonborn, that's interesting. I thought you were just an overweight kobold. Wow, your character smells worse than a dead goblin. Even worse, a living one. Oh, you're a warlock? That's cool. Why don't you go summon yourself some friends? Oh, you're a necromancer? Wow, why don't you go raise somebody that thinks you're cool? Wow, did you roll your character that poorly, or was it by design? Your character's so stupid it confused a gelatinous cube for a giant's booger. Your character's so fat we use a brick for its miniature. God, your character's so ugly not even a necromancer would want your corpse. Stitch this or comment below some of your good one-liners for your vicious mockery. Here's some good one-liners to spice up your vicious mockery. Your teeth are so bad a gibbering mouther recommended you a dentist. Based on how you're dressed, I can't tell if you're a wizard who lost a bet or a bard who won. Man, you're so big a hill giant called you fat. If Ray of Sickness was a person. You're so terrible you couldn't even make friends with a flump. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that mind flayers will not be a problem for you. You're so ugly it looks like you're halfway through a polymorph spell. I'd recommend you cast invisibility on yourself. You know, for everybody else. Alright, comment below some of your good one-liners. Here's some more good one-liners to spice up your vicious mockery. You could use a breath mint because it smells like somebody cast stinking cloud in your mouth. You're so ugly you look like you were hit with a bag of holding filled to the brim with what the fuck. I'm not saying you're stupid, I'm just saying an intellect devourer would lose interest in you. No, you're not proficient in animal handling. We simply hid a steak in your back pocket in order to get the dog to play with you. Your fashion statement is screaming that you were hit with every effect of prestidigitation at the same time. Alright, comment below some of your good one-liners. Here's some more good one-liners to spice up your vicious mockery. You dress so poorly it looks like you fell out of the bag of many things. You have a worse receding hairline than a night hag. An artificer came along and determined that you don't have a 4-head, but a 5-head. You must have been a sentient weapon in your last life because of all that edge. Your teeth are so big and yellow it looks like a wizard came along and cast the spell Gingivitis. Your head has the shape, color, and texture of a flesh golem's testicle. Wait a minute. No. Don't use it, delete that one! Oh my god. Alright, so I'm looking through Xanathar's Guide to Everything again, just because I was a little bit bored today and had some free time, and I was looking at the chapter under Common Magical Items. Oh my god, let's check it out. These things are just so freaking extra. Alright, the Cloak of Billowing. While wearing this cloak, you can use a bonus action to make it billow dramatically. The Armor of Gleaming. This armor never gets dirty. Okay, that's what prestidigitation is for. The Dread Helm. This fearsome steel helm makes your eyes glow red while you wear it. Okay, that's just called being an Oathbreaker, buddy. Or some other kind of edgelord tiefling. The Orb of Direction and Orb of Time. You can use it to figure out which way is north and what time of day it is. Also known as simply looking at the sky. The Ear Horn of Hearing. When you hold it up to your ear, it suppresses the deafened condition. Much like an actual ear horn you see in the old Western movies. And let's not forget the Unbreakable Arrow, which is an unbreakable arrow except for the condition of when it breaks. Alright, we'll do one more round of making fun of the common magical items in Xanathar's Guide to Everything. Flip to page 136. Alright, first try. The Bead of Nourishment. A flavorless, gelatinous bead dissolves in your tongues and provides nourishment for 1 day of rations. Get Willy Wonka on the phone. We have the formula to his everlasting gobstopper. Cast off armor. You can doff this armor as an action. Charlatan's Die. Whenever you roll a 6-sided dice, you can control the number it rolls. So basically, you're the guy on the D&D Dice Maker TikTok who leaves the comment, but are your dice balanced? Dark Shart Amulet? Oh no, that's Dark Sharts. Sorry. Heward's Handy Spice Pouch? Is this basically like an instant salt bay? A Veteran's cane? It's a walking cane, but you speak a command and it turns into a longsword? Yeah, that's just called a cane sword. That's not magical. Ah, yes, the Shield of Expression. A shield that has the likeness of a face, and you can use a bonus action to change a face's expression, because no one would dare attack a crying clown. Alright, we're gonna keep going through some of my D&D books and finding random things to make fun of. Peering through Volo's Guide to Monsters, and we go to page 129, and we have the Catabolipus. I was trying to ignore the fact that it looks like a methed out Jim Henson's Muppet creation, but then I read the actual description, and it even specifically says it's a bloated buffalo, dinosaur, warthog, and hippopotamus. So anyway, this thing is basically a stinky, swamp-dwelling creature that just lives off of vegetation and rot. It's a large creature with good strength and good hit points and a basic tail attack, and it's stinky, obviously. But that is not my issue and my confusion. It stems from this, the fact it has a death ray that does 36 necrotic damage. Where on this thing is a giant green beam of necrotic energy gonna shoot out of that causes 36 damage? Just where? Has to be the butthole, has to be. And now, making fun of more stuff in D&D books. Volo's Guide to Monster, go to page 133, we have Cranium Rats and the Swarm of Cranium Rats. I just have to say thank God that they have telepathic shrouds so that they are immune to any effect that would sense its emotion or read this thing's thoughts. It's so funny. Their little adorable little exposed brains actually cause illuminations, so these like are little mouse glow sticks running around on the ground. And alright, I'm gonna go back in time here a little bit, but these little cranium rats remind me of two things. Going back not too far, it reminds me of the brain bots from Megamind, and let's go way back to the 1990s. And we're talking the old school Mauser bots from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. These things were so poorly animated, the artist would literally just draw like 7 frames and then just repeat them on loop to make it look like they were flooding out of a hole. Despite them being scampering, goofy little running glow sticks, they're actually a CR5 and actually can cause a decent amount of piercing damage. So have fun. Making fun of things I find in D&D books. Part, I don't even know. Page 168 is the Chord. Alright, it is a small fae, it has some magical abilities, but its biggest thing is command hair. It's got rope that is made out of hair, and you can magically command it to basically restrain and constrict enemies. Now, you can't tell me that you don't know of another tiny fae-like magical creature that uses its hair in combat. You can't tell me you can't see the similarities. Look at the pattern on his vest is the exact same as the pants on the Chords here. Look at that, it is the same.
I like your funny words, Magic Man.